You don't lack motivation, you lack honesty. If someone watched your life on mute, they'd never believe your excuses. You say you want more, your actions say you want comfort, and comfort is slowly erasing you. Not dramatically, quietly, daily. Right now, part of you already knows this. That's why this feels uncomfortable, because this isn't advice, it's exposure. And before this ends, you'll be forced to answer a question you've been avoiding. Are you actually in control, or just good at explaining why you're not? Remember that question. We'll come back to it. You wake up tired, even when you sleep enough. Your mind is busy, but nothing important gets done. You overthink decisions you never act on. You replay conversations that are already over. You plan a future you delay every day. And the most dangerous part? You've normalized it. You call it being realistic. You call it waiting for the right time. You call it protecting your peace. But deep down, you know what it really is. Avoidance, not of pain, of responsibility. You avoid silence because silence forces self-awareness. You avoid discipline because discipline removes excuses. You avoid commitment because commitment reveals character. So you stay busy, busy scrolling, busy consuming, busy thinking, but never busy becoming. Here's the pattern that ruins lives. You wait to feel ready. You wait to feel confident. You wait to feel motivated. And while you wait, your standards decay. You tolerate mess. You tolerate weakness. You tolerate moods controlling your behavior. And slowly, without realizing it, you lower the bar so you don't have to jump. This is how people lose years, not in chaos, in comfort. Another question to hold. If your life stayed exactly like this for 5 years, would you feel relieved or trapped? Don't answer yet. There's a simple rule most people never apply. Your feelings are information, not instructions. Discipline begins the moment you stop negotiating with moods. You don't need to feel focused to work. You work, and focus follows. You don't need confidence to act. You act, and confidence adjusts. Waiting to feel ready is how weak patterns stay alive. Here's the first rule. Control what's yours. Ignore what isn't. Your thoughts? Trainable. Your actions? Controllable. Your effort? Always available. Other people's opinions? Noise? Outcomes? Delayed feedback? Luck? Irrelevant. Most anxiety comes from managing things you don't own. Second rule, do less, but do it daily. Consistency beats intensity every time. One disciplined hour a day will destroy years of chaos, not tomorrow, not dramatically, but inevitably. Third rule, remove choice where weakness lives. If you decide every day whether to do the hard thing, you've already lost. Strong people don't rely on willpower. They rely on systems. They don't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, what is required? Fourth rule, silence your internal commentary. Your mind will always have an opinion. Ignore it. Most thoughts don't need answers. They need dismissal. You don't argue with weakness. You outwork it. And notice this. At no point do these rules require motivation. They require obedience to principle. That's why they work. Hold on to this idea. Self-control is not repression. It's clarity. When you apply these rules, something changes, not outside, inside. You stop seeing yourself as someone trying. You become someone who acts. Weak people wait for alignment. Disciplined people create it. Weak people explain. Disciplined people execute. Weak people ask, is this worth it? Disciplined people ask, is this necessary? And here's the shift most people never experience. You stop identifying with emotions. You feel fear, but you don't obey it. You feel resistance, but you don't retreat. You feel doubt, but you don't pause. You move anyway. That's where self-respect comes from. Not affirmations, not inspiration, from keeping promises to yourself when no one is watching. And slowly, your identity hardens. You trust yourself again. You don't need external validation because your behavior confirms who you are. This is the quiet confidence people notice but can't explain. Not loud, not aggressive, stable, unshakable. Ask yourself this: if someone copied your daily habits exactly, would they become stronger or weaker? That answer tells you everything. Here's the final truth most people avoid. Your life is not hard. It's undisciplined. And discipline isn't punishment. It's relief. Relief from chaos. Relief from overthinking. Relief from becoming someone you secretly resent. You don't need to overhaul your life. You need to stop betraying yourself in small ways. Because every small act of avoidance teaches your mind one lesson: that I can't be trusted. Reverse that lesson. One action, one rule, one day at a time. No drama, no announcements, no waiting, just execution. And remember the question from the beginning: are you actually in control, or just good at explaining why you're not? The answer isn't spoken, it's lived. The moment you stop arguing with reality, you start winning.